Good morning, my dear students. My name is Pooja Bhatia from St. Mary's High School. So, in our last social science video, we already started our first chapter, the rise of Britishers in India. Okay, so we showed that how they came to our India, how they started trade in our country, and we also showed that how they started rule on us, and they started means there is a two big historical events with Britishers, the British East India Company, and between India, the two important battles, the Battle of Plassey and the Battle of Buxar. I hope you understood till this topic, the Battle of Buxar. Now today, we go ahead with the expansion of the company rule, part 1. The expansion of company rule means what? The expansion of company rule means they already started. They came to India for the trade, but then they come to know about that we can also rule on the India. So they started their rule, okay, and then how they expand their rule on all over the India. First of all, they started to rule at 1, 2, 3 different places, and then they expand their rule. Means gradually, steady and gradually they started to rule in all over the India. Okay, so let's have a look in expansion. The first one, the British government passed a regulating act in 1773 AD. Now they passed a regulating act. They passed an act which is they passed in a 1773 AD. You should remember that when the regulating act passed, so in 1773. Now what the regulating act says that according to which the governor of Bengal was made the governor general. Now according to that, the governor of Bengal, whoever the governor of Bengal is there, who is a governor general. Governor general means the governor of all over the India. Next point, all the trade and political activities of the company were brought under his direct control. Now, whoever were see, we all know that first of all, the Nawab of Bengal is Siraj-ud-Dowla, then Mir Jafar, then Mir Qasim, and then after the Battle of Buxar, now it is totally under the British East India Company. So, whoever the governor of Bengal is the governor general of British East India Company. So, under this governor general, all the trades, whatever the trades are going on between the Indians and British East India Company and the political activities, they have to directly report to the governor. Next point, the Mumbai Madras governor and his council were brought under him. So, Mumbai and Madras, that two councils is also there, and these two councils are come under the council of the Bengal. So first the main council is Bengal and then Mumbai and Madras. Thus, Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of India. Warren Hastings is a well-known Britisher who became the first Governor General of India. Next point, during his tenure, the first Maratha War and the second Mysore War with Hyder Ali, Mysore was waged. Now, the first battle between the British East India Company and India is the Battle of Plassey, then Battle of Buxar, and then after that there are so many wars going on and going on. So in that, what happened that after the Warren Hastings, when they came to India, after that the first Maratha War and the second Mysore War was happened, and this both war is comes under the tenure of the Warren Hastings. Next point, the problems for the East India Company increased because it had to face both the power simultaneously. Now, the problem for the East India Company has a problem. Why? Because at some point, at some places, the Indian government is in the rule, and at some point the British government is in the rule. So that is a and that is why the company, what they had to join hands because they are very much strong. Their army is very much strong. So this third war is not defected by the Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan could not win against the combined forces and he had accepted the treaty. And after that, next when the company revolt, company had means they combined the army. They have already army at that time and they also they combine means they take the help of other places army too, and then Tipu have to accept the treaty. Now next is they subsidiary alliance. You all know about it. You already learned in the 8th standard. But why here there is a big question? Why was subsidiary system introduced? So let's have a look. Why the subsidiary system introduced? First, after Cornwallis, Sir John Shaw became the Governor General. You have to remember the name of the Governor General. First one is Warren Hastings, second is Cornwallis, now third one is Sir John Shaw. You have to remember all the names of Governor Generals and also the position. Okay, who was the first, who was the second. Okay, due to some rigid policies adopted by him, the East India Company's fame declined and Marathas became stronger. Now, at the time of Sir John Shaw, due to some problems, what happened that he declined. The East India Company fame declined and the Marathas became. At that time, Marathas war became stronger. Okay, let's see the third. So, Governor General Wellesley, who came after the Sir John Shaw. Now see, the fourth Governor General is Wellesley. Sorry, got the responsibility is making the company supreme in India. Now Lord Wellesley has a responsibility to making the company supreme in India. Supreme means at the top. For this, Wellesley introduced the subsidiary alliance. So when after the Cornwallis, when Sir John Shaw came, due to some reasons, Maratha became the more powerful, and that is why after the Sir John Shaw, who came? Wellesley came, and because to make a supreme, his company make supreme, he introduced the subsidiary system. Okay. Now let's see what are the terms and conditions of the subsidiary system. This is very important point. Please listen very carefully. The first one, which are the terms and conditions. Okay, here is the terms and condition that which if any Nawab or any king, if they accepted the subsidiary alliance or subsidiary system, then which are the terms and conditions they have to prove. Okay, so the first one, the army trained by the East India Company, government will be provided to the state that accepts the system. See what happened that the army trained by the East India Company. Now whoever means the army is there, every king has their own army. Own army means उनके सैनिक, उनके जो भी उनकी जो टीम थी, जो लोग वॉर में लेके जाते थे वो. So what the East India Company gave training to them. Okay, to the army of a particular kings. Okay, the king who accepts the subsidiary system. Second point, this army would protect the state from internal and external attacks. Now the East India Company, they trained the army, and that trained army is protected, who protected the state from internal and external. Okay, जैसे हमारी इंडिया आर्मी जो सरहद पे है ना, उसी तरीके से. In return, now the East India Company will train. will train to the army and they protect how to protect it from internal and from external. But in return, they did something. So what they not did, what they want, in return, the state accepting the system will provide for the army or give away provisions with equivalent income to British. See, a very big thing. State accepting the system will provide for the army or give away provisions. Whatever the provisions is there and whatever the income is there, states. Okay, as an example, if we talk about the Gujarat state. So, if the king of the Gujarat is accept the subsidiary system, then Britishers do what? Britishers, they train to the army of Gujarat. And in return, they did what? In return, they want a equal part. Means गुजरात का जितना भी पार्ट है उसका हाफ पार्ट ब्रिटिशर्स को चाहिए, प्लस whatever the income is happening, means गुजरात की जितनी भी इनकम है उसकी इनकम में भी उनको हाफ पार्ट चाहिए. Okay? The next one, without the permission of the company, the state will not wage war or sign treaty with the other states. Means I already given you the example of Gujarat. Means if the king of Gujarat is accepted the subsidiary alliance. So what happened that without the permission of Britishers, they are not able to wage a war. Means वो किसी के साथ war नहीं कर सकते without the permission of Britishers, and they are not able to sign the treaty with any other state. Okay? मीन्स अगर कोई स्टेट दो स्टेट एक साथ जुड़ जाते हैं या ऐसा कुछ भी वो लोग करना चाहते हैं तो ये सारी चीज़ें, दिस ऑल द थिंग्स विल नॉट हैपन विदाउट द परमिशन ऑफ ब्रिटिशर्स. ओके, द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, देयर विल बी वन इंग्लिश रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इन द स्टेट असेंबली. स्टेट असेंबली मीन्स व्हेनेवर दे आर टुगेदर एट दैट टाइम, व्हेनेवर दे आर टेकिंग एनी काइंड ऑफ डिसीजन, व्हेनेवर दे आर discussing about something. So at that time, means whenever in the meeting or assembly, when the king and all the countries are together, at that time compulsory one English representative should be there. Compulsory one English representative should be there. Why? Because Britishers must know whatever going on in the meetings. Okay. Next point, other foreigners not be employed with the state. Other foreigners means apart from the Britishers. Means apart from the Britishers means we already know that not only Britishers but Portuguese, Dutch, French. So there are so many different Europeans came to our country. So the last rule is what? That apart from the Britishers, there should be no any foreigner or no any European should be there as an employee in the state. Okay, means if Britishers are there, then French, Dutch, Portuguese, no one is allowed to come in that state. Clear? So these all are the 6 rules and regulations of subsidiary alliance system. Once again I am repeating. See, the first one is they will means Britishers. Britishers train their army, okay, properly. They also make them means they also learn them how to protect the state internally and externally. But in return, they want something, and what they want equal part of the income at the state as well. And without the permission of company, they are not able to war with any state, or they are not able to sign the treaty. And without there will be compulsory one English representative must be there in the assembly, and other foreigners not be the employees. Means only and only British can be there, Britishers can be there, no other employees. Means Portuguese, Dutch, French कोई भी चाहिए नहीं. Okay, so these all are the terms and conditions of the subsidiary alliance. Okay, now which states who accept the subsidiary alliance system? Now some states are not able to understand that actual what is the policy of this, so they accept the subsidiary alliance. In that, these are the names: Nizam, Mysore, Awadh, Gaikwad, then Scindia, Bhosle and Holcomb. See, these all are the places from India only. Now we thought that we never ever heard the name of this, but these are the old name of the different places. Okay. Now these all the places are named as a new name. Okay, but these all are the old names of some places of our country. Okay. So now next, expansion of the company rule part 3. See, the subsidiary airline system was like a sweet poison. It is like a sweet poison. Why sweet poison? Because people thought that they treat our army, means it is very good for us. But actually, in return, whatever they want, that is a very poisonous for the Indians. Okay. Second one, by impacting age, Wellesley annexed many provisions and expanded the rule in the East India Company. And जो भी states है who accepted this subsidiary alliance, what happened that the Wellesley उसने क्या किया कि कंपनी जो मोटिव से वो यहाँ पे आया था कि कंपनी रूल को सुपीरियर बनाना है, एंड ही डिड सो. गवर्नर जनरल Wellesley asked Tipu Sultan to accept the subsidiary alliance system, but he refused it. Wellesley asked Tipu Sultan what to accept the subsidiary alliance, but Tipu is a very intelligent, and that is why he did not accept, and he refused. For declining age, the company attacked on Mysore in 1799 with the support from Nizam. Now Nizam already accepted the subsidiary alliance. Okay, so with the support of Nizam, he attacked on Mysore. Okay, during this fourth Mysore war, see already Mysore already 3 times they did war with the British East India Company, and they always won. But Tipu lost his life while fighting against the Britishers. But in the fourth war, Tipu Sultan died, and because of that, now the Mysore also comes under the subsidiary alliance system. Okay, so I hope you understood well about the subsidiary alliance system and the expansion of British with the British East India Company. Now see, there is also more system like this, but we will learn in the next time. Till that, you have to write down all the points of expansion of company rule and especially subsidiary alliance. You have to memorize this subsidiary alliance very carefully. Okay, so till that, please note down all the points